Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Prep Life Podcast. This is your founder and CEO of Glam Girl Bikini, Amy Anger. And today I am joined by two fabulous people. Leemarie Hostetter is here.
Hi, everyone.
And then Sid, I always have a hard time pronouncing your last name. Can you pronounce that for
I
us?
think we did it on the first one as well.
Balak.
It's going to be Balakrishnan. Sid
Okay.
Balakrishnan.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we have had you on the podcast before, as you just mentioned. And I think, you're our only person that has been a male that's come on for a repeat time. And you're one of the very small percentage of a second time coming on. So we really appreciate your time joining us today. And we were just talking about offline how a lot has changed since 2022 when we first interviewed you. So I wanted you to get in on just the competition world for your own personal success the past year in 2023 and kind of get us up to speed because at that point when we interviewed you last, you were just thinking about starting into bodybuilding again after taking a 7-year hiatus. So, can you kind of inform us on what you've been doing in the meantime with your competitions?
Absolutely, Amy. First of all, thank you for having me. It's I feel very special that I'm the first to have two podcasts done with you guys. I feel very good about that. And to go off of so last time I was thinking about going into the field. And boy, the field did not disappoint me. It is exactly what I expected it to be, and it gave everything that I needed. It was it was literally the best way of letting me know what you put in is what you're gonna get out. Um, so I and those type of tasks in life are my favorite because I'm one of those that can put in work. So going into the first season, I think I did my first show was All Star. I did that show with my coach Tom Lenningham, and it went really well for me, and I found great success. I don't know if that's a blessing or a disadvantage to some people. Uh, Sometimes when things go really well, you kind of take the pedal off, but it went really well, and I did nationals afterwards, and then after that all I did was national level shows, and that's what I'll be doing this year as well.
So that was in just kind of rewinding in 2022 November, you did a regional show.
Yeah,
And didn't you win overall in several categories there?
I did. So I think I was in 6 categories. I got 5 first place and 1 fourth place. So overall men's physique, overall men's novice, military for both classic, which was a small category. But for novice, classic physique, I got second. And for my class, I won my class. And for open, I won fourth in my class.
Okay. So originally you had sought out to be a classic men's physique. And so did you find out after your feedback and placement? Obviously, it sounds like you did very well in men's physique compared to classic.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want to say I was blessed with the immense physique body because I have a great taper. And my legs weren't as developed as I thought it was going to be, and ever since then, that's all I've been doing, just trying to develop the legs. So I am not settling. So I see the standard of what classic physique brings now, and oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. So I know that I'm a little bit off. So I'm gonna keep working, and I'm not going to step into classic till I know I can bring the same upper body as I mean, I got the same lower body to match my upper body because I'm having success in men's physique because my upper body's there, and my lower body's not up to par yet. So I'm going to keep going until it's there. Then I'll step into classics. So till then, I'm going to stay at men's physique.
Yeah, well, you might go pro in men's physique because you got pretty close, didn't you?
I did.
At the
So
national
last one
level.
was North Americans, and I got fifth. So
Okay. Okay, so you're right on the cusp. And then what were the other national competitions that you did other than
I
North
did
Americans?
USA's, and then before that was nationals, NPC
NPC
nationals.
nationals. Okay. How'd you do at those?
Not as well as I thought. I think the for the nationals, I got the best feedback. Basically, what it was almost it took me by surprise. The feedback. It was they told me to bring my shoulders down. My shoulders were too big, and I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. So, but I understood. Like after looking at the pictures, my shoulders were just
Yeah,
way
you
too
just have
wide for me.
massive
Yeah,
shoulders.
it was just way out there compared to my chest and my arms. So I understood that. So basically, I just stopped working out shoulders since that day, basically hardcore. Oh,
That's crazy because yeah, you still have, I mean, you've got that wide taper and just the really genetic structure. So that's incredible. So when you did USA's, did
I
you get a placement?
placed, I believe I placed seventh or eighth. I actually, I got the same feedback from Steve, from the head judge.
Steve
And
Weinberg?
yeah, so he was actually the one that said, "Hey, maybe you should just get it massaged and try to step on North Americans." And I just knew it wasn't gonna go away just like in a month because I've been trying to get rid of downsize my shoulder for like 9 months at that point, and
Yeah.
it was still my only critique that I got from them was my shoulders on USA. So obviously North Americans, I guess my shoulders went down a little bit. I placed
Yeah.
fifth.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
I'm hoping this year I can bring more of I guess the shoulders will be down a lot and hopefully I can get that pro card.
Yeah. So we wanted to have you on the podcast to announce some special news. So if you are able to kind of share with our audience about what is in the works here in the Overland Park area.
Yeah, no problem at all. So since we last spoke, it was my dream to always be in this industry because it's natural to me. I love it. I guess it's a good way to be a businessman and at the same time enjoy what I'm doing at the same time because this I love doing this so 24/7. So we are deciding there's a building here that was a very pinnacle building back in the day called the Incredible Bowling Alley. We're coming up with a we're opening up a gym there. So it's I want to say a bodybuilding gym there. So
I
that's
think that's
what's
safe to
coming up soon.
say. Yeah, I think your descriptor was really good when you said it's gonna put Dragon's Lair to shame. So, it'll really be a landmark spot for people to come here and visit, and, can you tell us any other details?
Other details. I don't know if I'll ever go as far as those legendary gyms. Those were absolutely the ideas. Those gyms gave me the ideas to open something like that here in Overland Park, and I want it to be something where people would come in and get a great workout. So as far as equipments are going, I wanted it to be something that is very much on the I don't know on the rare side. So I have dumbbells from 5 to 200. Not a lot of cardio equipment. So I have a posing room in there. I have a turf area for posing lineup. So it's almost set up for like the fitness community. Not maybe channeling towards one side of the fitness community than the other. Um, and then I also have have a supplement store in there. So it's like a one stop kind of deal. Uh, my basic goal, all black on black kind of deal. So my basic goal is to just create that, atmosphere because I'm intense. I love to be intense when I work out. And I get motivation of other people from other people when they talk about their success in the industry and their lifts, and it just constantly just gets me going. So I want a place where people can harness that and it be appreciated. So if you're allowed working out, I'm just gonna come up to you and give you props instead of saying, "Hey, tone it down a little bit." That's not what I'm trying to do. I grab that and it actually gets me going. So I want a community gym where it's just harnessed and just praised, and that's basically what I want is that atmosphere.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, so can you give us any details about some of the specialized equipment that we may not find at other places?
I
that would
don't know
be
if it's
unique to you.
specialized that you won't find at the other places. I think it's more the equipments that I don't find at other places that I really want to have it at my gym. I know there are a lot of gyms around here now since the last conversation that we've had
Yeah.
that has had those equipments come in. So like, like I don't know how to explain them. Just more of the like the pendulum squats. I mean, those kind of equipments that really, or somebody like me that has a lot of knee problems, has a hard time doing back squats. So this is the way I went with the equipment. This would be a better way of explanation. So for
Okay.
me, I noticed my legs weren't as developed because I had problems doing back squats and all the main compound motion. So how can I negate that? I need to have other options. I need to have great leg press, options of leg press, whether if it's the bridge, whether if it's unilateral, whether if it's a 45-degree sled leg press, whether if it's a pendulum squat, whether if it's a hack squat. I needed to have those because then it gives me no reason to not avoid those compound motions that are very important for developing major muscle groups in your body. So that's what I did. I went out there and I got machines. Instead of telling you what I have, I basically got machines that basically if you have some sort of injury, especially when you're benching, you can't free bench. I have these incline bench that are plate loaded that's already there for you, so you're not struggling at the rack. Whatever the case may be, you can find your own active range of motion instead of having it under tension already and trying to find active range of motion, which is sometimes very discouraging to people that are trying to improve themselves. So I went and got the machines that will help with all that. And people that does not want that, I also have the other version of it as well. So
Yeah.
I think that's the I guess the specialty of the gym is just there's no excuse.
Yeah, you have, a reverse hyper machine that I'm so excited to use.
Yes.
That's
I was
one
gonna,
that's definitely rare.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
I don't see that. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I don't see that like in actually I have never seen that in any gym. I had a buddy from Chicago who was selling these selectorized equipments that is I wanted them black and black, so it was hard to get. And they happen to have it, and I didn't even know I bought it till it came in, and I was like, "Oh my god, these are so good!" And I used them, and I was like, "Whoa, my glutes are firing! This is good."
Yeah, definitely. What were you gonna say, Leemarie?
I was gonna ask about that specifically, glute specific machines that might not be found at other gyms, because as you know, Amy and I both compete in bikini, and a lot of our listeners are in bikini or wellness. And so the iconic muscle group is the glutes for
Yep.
bikini. And so we're always looking for new and different machines to work our glutes and creative ways to do that. And so I know the reverse hyper will be a great one. Do you have other ones that are going to make like really good bikini specific workouts?
I think the basic ones are going to be the hip thrusters. You got your abductor machines that are going to help you with your lines. Other than that, there are two on site that I really want. To be honest with you, I really need Amy's help to just kind of track it down on which one I'm going to go with. They're the stiff leg the deadlifts that they have. It's the cable version of it with tension, and it helps out a lot because a lot of people make a mistake on the stiff legs. And it's a cable one where it helps you kind of guide it throughout the motion and just concentrate on those hammies. So that's one that I want to bring in, and a couple of the others, to be honest with you, I have left it blank for. So when I do open the 2 weeks the first 2 weeks is going to be I'm just taking ideas from people like Amy that's been in industry forever and that just knows certain machines. I'm surprised she even knew the name of that machine. I didn't even know that name of the machine. I was like, wow, okay. And so I want that. So I do have room to add on to that. And these are ones that I know is pivotal for a gym. And I want to add according to what the survey says instead of just getting what I want, because essentially it's just not me at the gym. So
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so tell us about your training structure because you I think you have kind of a unique idea when it comes to hiring personal trainers that are going to be working for you.
Yeah, so the people that I've hired so far, and as far as that is going, it's not necessarily a unique structure for me. Awareness is everything. Like having awareness of what's happening, and not just physically, just spiritually, mentally. Having that holistic awareness is great. And for me, I find that people that have competed, people like Leemarie, can always have a great awareness towards the goal itself, because these guys have taken it to the other spectrum, and they have been in this spectrum and this spectrum. So along that path, they're able to understand what happens. And so for me to have trainers that has felt the two sides of the spectrum is ideal for me, because then they'll be able to triage and just actually place people and just understand, oh, you want to take it this far, I got you, I can get you there. But if you want to stay here, I can get you there as well. So that is great. For me, it's almost a weapon that has multiple functions. So that's the way I went about my trainers.
Yeah, and so we had talked about on the last podcast how you have the Fit 3D scanner, and you showed me like the room that you're going to be providing those services, and then you have speak a little bit more about your posing, because I know you have a posing private area, is that
Yeah.
right? And then also universal.
Yeah.
So tell us what that would look like for customers or clients that are at the gym.
Yeah. So if you go to I kind of have a 3D setup of our gym posted on the Instagram, the Beastified Gym Instagram. So we have a supplement store. So for all of our members and all our competitors and athletes, we have the Fit 3D setup inside the supplement store in a private room. That's they will have access to that. It's free for them, unlimited amount of time. And then clients that are coming from the outside just for supplements itself, they're going to have to pay to use that, because it's not fair to my paying members, because they should get priority. So they'll have access to that Fit 3D scanner. And for me, Amy, I know you use Fit 3D for your clients as well. I don't completely rely on it, but it is a great baseline. It helps you give a baseline. It shows you the direction everybody's going. So it is amazing to use that. And one, not only for just us, also for the client's morale as well. They actually get to physically see, wow, I'm doing this and I'm making progress, not just because sometimes they just need to see something, and it's something that's accurate. And so when they see it, it's amazing. It's a tool that I use to just motivate my clients as well. So I have that available. And then behind our supplement store, uh, I'm in the industry. I love posing. I gotta have a private posing session room, because the Beastified store, Leemarie, Amy, you guys have seen that the posing room that I had in my supplement store. The best part was before all of this, I was very stiff, did not want to move. I'd want it to be just very, but when I had that private room, nobody was watching. I just try to be silly and try to do these moves and try to pose. And I was like, whoa, I can actually do this. It actually looks good. I want that for the clients and the competitors. And if a coach needs to go in there with the competitor to have some private session, I want that available for them. So that's a closed door 360 posing mirror, kind of like anywhere you see from Dragon Slayer's posing room, where it's a 360 posing room, or the compound in San Diego, the compound gym in San Diego, where they have that's a little bit bigger room, but this is a good sized room where you could possibly fit 2 or 3 athletes. But right outside of it, we also have a turf area for, if you want a bigger lineup of your clients just lined up for, comparison or posing or practice, whatever the case may be as well.
Yeah.
And then don't forget the employee room. That's important, because I know I set up the employee room differently, because I eat so much, and I need where I work, I need something with like water, sink, something microwave, or something to heat up my food. So I set up my employee room so they will be able to have meal preps and eat them and heat them up properly, all that stuff like that.
Yeah. Can you give us any sort of advice or tips for entrepreneurs that are, going out for some endeavor like this? I know you've faced a lot of obstacles recently and how you overcome those and maybe some tips in that regard.
Um, be very patient. Usually this industry always ends up, listen, if you're trying to start something and you want it to be great, it's going to take time. Two, you're going to run through a lot of obstacles that you never thought was going to come your way, and it will come. And the most important thing that I learned throughout this journey is just take a second, just don't panic, and just look at what the ultimate goal is. Is that still possible? If it is, just take the next step forward trying to get there instead of reacting to what's happening. Because that can happen a lot. Because when something silly like, oh hey, permits or whatever, and you end up getting, oh my god, it's getting held up. It's been 6 months. I've been trying to open this place, whatever the case may be, and you end up getting, and then you get anger. And I think I mentioned this on the last podcast. You know, anger leads to ignorance, and you can't take that back because you don't. It's not friendship here. We're having a business relationship. Sometimes you only get one chance at it, so you don't want to ruin that. So I really want people to just take a step back and just really analyze before you react, and always understand, like, hey, like, you are about to have a gym, your own gym. Like, few months, I get it. I mean, I'm delayed 7 months now, Amy. I signed the lease in July of last year, and I was supposed to, my equipment's got there September, and I've been waiting on it ever since. I've been trying to open since that day. What I've been telling myself basically is, what is okay, it's been a few months now. Okay, now I'm looking for a lifetime of my dream, which is a gym. And I'm gonna get angry and lose it all just because for a few months. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna always try to stay positive, because end of the day it will happen. End of the day, it's not necessarily the crazy equipments, the posing room, it's the attitude, it's the structure that I'm gonna run the place, and it's the atmosphere that's going to sell itself, and that's why I'm going to be successful. So if I can always have that mindset, and people are going to see it, and it's going to be amazing. So that's what I have to tell people. Just be patient. Just don't act irrational right away.
Yeah, this community is very grateful. I will tell you, myself very much included in that, considering that your gym is about, a couple blocks away from my house is pretty awesome, I feel like, and that bowling alley has been abandoned for about 7 years. So I'm so glad that that you had this idea and that you're bringing that to the community. If you could, I know you don't know yet when it's going to open, but just for those Kansas City residents that are listening in and Overland Park peeps, what is the actual address going to be for that?
The address is going to be 8500 West 151st Street, Overland Park, Kansas.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm on 148th, so I'm very close.
Oh,
I love
right
that.
there. That's your
It's
morning
so
cardio.
close. Yeah, it might be like 1 or 2 minute drive
Oh
for me,
wow.
so I feel really excited about that.
I'm
So
also walking distance from that building as well, because I don't
oh,
know if I
nice.
told you how I found the building. It was one day we were driving, and my wife saw the place, and my wife was like, I love this place. And then a few years later, I got the opportunity, and that's why we were like, oh, we're so blessed to have this opportunity. So we got into that.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So tell us about your wife and her business because she hosted our last posing seminar, which was a fantastic event. She has a
Yeah.
beautiful space over there. So tell us about that, venture.
Yeah, I remember that posing seminar. I was actually at USA's, I believe. Or yeah, I was at USA's.
I think you were at North Americans actually,
Oh,
because
maybe. Okay.
yeah, it was right
Okay. Yeah.
before the fall shows in
That's right.
August.
That's right. And I heard there were 38 people there on a
Yeah.
short invite. That was amazing. So her studio, again, just to go off your last question, her studio took a year and a half. It was delayed a year and a half. So we were patient. She opened, and now her studio is going absolutely beautiful because we were patient, and we did not short sell on what we were bringing. She's amazing. She's probably one of the best that I've seen in instructing yoga, barre, pilates, also mobility training. She works on my vacuum all the time, and so she helps me. She works on my rotation for quarter turns, whatever the case may be, and she helps me out. And we also have a class just for posing, helping them with their rotations, whatever they, all that stuff. And
It's
her
yoga for
studio,
competitors, right? A couple of
yes,
my athletes take that class. They really
yes,
like it. So
yeah.
it's yoga for posing, just
Yeah,
to be
we have
specific.
that class, and hopefully we'll be partnering up with Kim Sealy and you guys soon, to bring
Yeah.
another one and here soon. Just because the last one was very successful, we would love to host that again. But yeah, her. I mean, I don't have anything else to say, but it's going amazing. The people here. They see the consistency. They see the good work. We're always going to be 100% on how we do things, and she's killing it.
That's awesome. So tell us about your plans for the future with competing and kind of where you're at right now in your season.
So with competing, the reason why I took this path when we were talking on the first path is because first podcast is because uh the end is almost limitless in this industry. You can keep going and keep going, and that's what I liked about it, because there's always a new challenge every day or every season, and for me it doesn't stop till I can be at the top. So I mean, call me crazy, I might be a big dreamer, but I want to be all the way at the top. That's always been my goal at anything that I do, because I don't want to short sell myself, and I always want to aim at the top level, and I want to try to reach it. And most of the things in life I don't get there, but at least I can say I tried. And I tried efficiently with everything that I have. So no end goal. No end goal. Keep going. That's it.
Yeah. So as far as I know you've started to kind of coach people since we last talked with you, competitors specifically, and I believe your business partner did his first competition. Is that
Oh,
right?
actually, no, he did not compete. No, he did not
Oh,
compete
okay.
because he had to go back home. Yes.
Gotcha.
He had some family issues. So no, as far as coaching people, I was I was fortunate enough to have great coaches, like Tom Lenningham. He's always talked shop with me and helped me out, and I've always, obviously been in training for over 10 plus years, taking the knowledge from there, taking knowledge from friends, from muscle activation therapy, all that stuff. I've combined all of it, and I've tried to put something together for my athletes to see. At first, it almost started with saying, "Hey, I want to see if it works. If I can take a lot from Tom, who has taught me a lot from muscle activation therapy, or a lot from my knowledge, and combine them and see if it works." And then it was amazing. The first guy that went to the show, he was a natural athlete. He did great, and he got his pro card in the natural show. And now he's competing for the NPC show coming up. He's going to be doing North American. So that is how I started it. And I'm starting to find success in this industry. Everybody's different. It's almost a trial and error, and I'm starting to really like doing that.
Yeah. So what are your favorite parts of just the whole competition lifestyle, and any tips that you have for our listeners in terms of like the last time we talked to you, if any of your methods have changed, or do you still, is your bread and butter waking up the same time every day and making sure that you get your water, your cardio, and your food prepped and all that?
So all that goes into one thing, and it has not changed. That's discipline and consistency. If you can have discipline and consistency, results are always going to show. And I don't think I will ever change that formula. And I think if I change that formula, it will be my decline. So I
Okay.
strongly believe in it, and I strongly believe discipline and consistency is where it's at. And I believe I'm gonna reach. It's just always been a successful recipe for me, so I'm not gonna change it.
Love
Lee,
that.
did you have any questions?
So where can people go? Where's the best way to go to get updates for signing up to the gym, or updates on the gym? Do you have a website, or would it be to follow on Instagram?
So I do have a website, but I haven't posted anything yet, just because I'm that guy that wants to come out with a bang when I do post about the website. I want it ready for the people. That's the one most important thing that I want it for that idea of just posting things. And as far as the Instagram goes, I did post one post. That's because we finally got done mapping the gym and I wanted the exact equipments. That 3D post that we have there. So the first announcement will be on Instagram when the pre-sale goes on, and that will be after when my team sits down and the gym is 100% ready to go. I'll release the pre-sale news, and then I'll start releasing news on Instagram, and then I'll open up the website after that.
Love that. And we will put your Instagram too in the description of this episode as
I
well.
appreciate that.
Follow.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I hope that once the gym's open, we'll be able to have some posing seminars there possibly, and
Absolutely.
um, some good events just because it's such a great you're really adding a lot of value to the community. So we really appreciate that you're, putting so much hard work. And I know there's so much that goes into this. I can't even imagine even putting into words like how much, you've had to go through to get this building ready and everything, but it's going to be a great thing. And we're so appreciative. So,
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. And yes, it's been a long road, but it'll pay off.
yeah. So before we sign off, is there anything that you would like to share with the listeners that we didn't ask you or?
As far as that, no, nothing else that I got to I want to share right now. Once the gym opens, I feel like I'll share then.
Well, can you at least share the name of the gym? I don't think you said what it was.
We got a few names, so I'm not 100% on finalizing the name yet, but the top
Oh, okay.
runner is Beastified Gym.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah,
But that's
that's
not
the
a
top runner,
100%.
but we have to work with trademarks and stuff like that, make sure it's not under any infringement law. But if it's not, that is what I would wish to call it, Beastified Gym, but we'll see.
And will there be a big lion on the the front of
No,
it?
the line is trademark, but I want to leave everything out. I just want it to be simple, just Beastified Gym. Basically, you know what? I'll go. Beastified Gym. I coined the term one day when I was done with the patrol while I was in Afghanistan, and I got a workout in after a patrol, and I coined the word because I felt very satisfied, but at the same time I felt like a beast. So I was like, "Yo, I'm beastified today." I felt beastified today. So that's where the term was coined, and I that was just a simple way of me telling you, and I just want to leave it that simple. It can be subjective to the people. They can take it however they want it. So I don't want to add a lion to it to make it more, I guess, more of like an alpha theme. I just want to leave it plain as just Beastified Gym. Maybe somebody posing like a victory pose or something. I currently have a few designs like that, but if I was really gonna call it, I just gonna call it Beastified Gym, nothing else.
Nice. Yeah, and so did you wanna share too there's gonna be like, a restaurant and also,
Yeah,
why
so
am
the
I losing
whole
my words
building
right
is
now?
actually 68,000 square foot. So it's a huge building. I mean, whoever that's been in the building knows. So the 10,000 on the left hand side is going to be the gym. The middle area is going to be like a ballroom that is under development now. And once the ballroom is done, on the other side is going to be a restaurant and a bar upstairs. Uh, Almost upstairs is going to be like a sports bar kind of deal. I am a big sports fan as well. So that's the idea for the building. And then hopefully for the ballroom, hopefully once gets done, I can hopefully have some of the bodybuilding shows come there, and that would be awesome. That was my idea this entire time. I was like, I really want to host a show here. If I can possibly be blessed to do that, then that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be an amazing venue, 100%. So, okay, we'll definitely maybe we can have you share the 3D, video so that we can post it on our Instagram, and you
Yeah.
can find us at Prep Life Podcast, or you can find us at Glam Girl Bikini. Can you share with the audience what your handle is and how they could get in touch with you?
Yeah, so basically the best way would be Beastified Gym is going to be the Instagram for us right now. If anything changes, I will change it on the Instagram. That's the best way. If you want to send me a message or anything, just send me a message there and that I'll be able to respond to you there.
And then we'll be able to see the updates if we follow you and all of that.
Yep,
Really good.
you'll definitely be able to see the updates when it does happen. I don't want to say it's till it happens. I'm not going to post it.
I get it. I get it. I know. You never know with those inspections how long, like you were
Yeah, I
saying
mean,
yesterday, it could
I
be
mean,
2 days,
just to
it
let
could be
the
2
sorry,
months. No,
sorry.
you were just saying how the inspection could be in 2 days or it could be in 2 months, so it's
Yeah,
just one of
I've
those
been
things.
waiting for this to open since September of 2023. So I don't want to tell people when it's going to open anymore because it's out of my hands. So I'm just waiting to get approved to open.
Yes, both Leemarie and I are in great anticipation. We are excited. So
Uh,
thank you so much for coming on today. And as I mentioned, you can find us on Instagram, but you can also find us on YouTube as well and watch the video version of this if you want to see, Sid's big shoulders. And you can sign up for the team with glamgrowbikini.com and hit the get started button. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Have a great day.